All right, so when a company the size of Brookfield Asset Management, we're talking a trillion-dollar player here, drops its annual report, you're obviously expecting some massive numbers. And they delivered. But honestly, what really caught our eye in their 2025 results wasn't just the profit, it was a full-on blueprint for the future.
Yeah, exactly. Hidden right there in the financials was this huge strategic pivot. I mean, Brookfield isn't just an asset manager anymore. They're basically saying, hey, we're going to build the physical foundation for the entire AI-powered world. So let's dig into this. Let's see how a record-breaking year is actually funding this massive bet on the next tech revolution.
Okay, first things first. Let's look at the numbers that made this a record year for them. And these aren't just, impressive stats to throw around. This is the financial firepower. This is the war chest that makes their giant bet on AI even possible.
Get this, they raised a staggering $112 billion in new capital in just 1 year. Look, that kind of money doesn't just magically appear, right? It's a huge signal of trust from investors.
And they didn't just sit on that cash. They put it to work right away. They deployed a record $66 billion into what they call the backbone of the global economy. These essential, super high-quality assets.
And all that activity? It generated this, a record $3 billion in something called fee-related earnings. Now, what's so interesting here isn't just how big that number is, it's how they're actually making that money. So yeah, let's dig into that a little bit. Because to really get how a company like Brookfield can make such a massive, long-term bet on the future, you got to understand this one key metric.
Right, fee-related earnings, or FRE. This is their bread and butter. This isn't some flashy speculative profit. Nope, this is the steady, predictable cash they earn from management fees and all that capital we were just talking about. Just think of it as the super reliable engine that powers the whole company.
And this chart, man, it just nails the point perfectly. That engine, it's not just reliable, it's accelerating. We're talking a 22% jump in a single year. And that is the key takeaway here. This strong, consistent, growing stream of cash is the war chest. It's what gives them the confidence and the capital to make their next huge move. Okay, so a year this big, this pivotal, it often comes with some major changes at the top, right? And 2025 was no different. The longtime leader, Bruce Flatt, passed the CEO torch over to Conor Teskey. But the message from Brookfield was crystal clear. Hey, this is not a shakeup. Flatt himself basically said that Teskey's been, and I quote, running virtually everything for years already. So this isn't some new direction they're taking. It's really just making a long-running plan official. It's all about stability.
And with that solid foundation, we're talking stable earnings, stable leadership, they went ahead and unveiled their most ambitious plan yet. A massive bet on, you guessed it, the single biggest tech shift of our generation, AI.
So it makes you wonder, right? What's the biggest thing holding AI back right now? Is it money? Is it demand? Well, the company's new CEO has a very clear and honestly kind of surprising answer to that. And there it is. The big bottleneck is power, electricity. According to Teskey, the crazy, explosive growth of AI is 100% dependent on just having enough juice to run it all. And that is where Brookfield sees a massive opportunity. So of course, they're putting their money where their mouth is. They're launching a $100 billion global AI infrastructure program. And to be clear, this isn't about them investing in AI software companies or the next cool app. No, this is about building the actual physical world that AI needs to even exist. So, what does $100 billion actually get you? Well, it's the whole shebang. We're talking massive data centers, these new things called AI factories, all the computing gear that goes inside them, and this is the most important part, all the new power plants needed to keep the lights on for all of it. They're not just building a piece of the puzzle, they are building the entire ecosystem. Okay, so let's recap. We've seen a record year, a super smooth leadership transition, and this absolutely enormous bet on the future of tech. So what does this all mean for what's coming next? This is really the big question that wraps up their whole strategy, right? The company has a stated goal, double the business by 2030. And their plan to get there? It's by betting not on the AI models themselves, but on the picks and shovels, the power plants, the data centers, the stuff that is absolutely essential for any AI to function. They're planting their flag right in the middle of this revolution. So the billion-dollar question, or I guess the $100 billion question is, will building the backbone of AI be the bet that actually pays off?